A tycoon without any preparation. There are right now more than 2,600 tycoons on the planet, and that number is becoming rapidly 56% of all. Extremely rich people out there are independent, meaning they didn't acquire their fortune, rather they've constructed rewarding organizations that got them to where they are presently. As of now, a renewed individual turns into a tycoon like clockwork. Why? For the most part, in view of the web admittance to worldwide markets, the convergence of money in the center class, and what used to be thought of emerging nations before you think you have this clinched, we need to keep it aware of things with you and hit you with reality. There is a justification for why, in particular 0.003% of the total populace hits tycoon status. Enormous elements like instruction framework, admittance to capital, longing, intelligence level, EQ, and even karma all assume significant parts in this, and all through this video we will break down the circumstance where the majority of these adjust for you in the perfect way. Follow this construction. Furthermore, regardless of whether you bomb, you'll in any case wind up a multi-millionaire. So here are the 15 moves toward turning into a tycoon without any preparation. Step 1. Beginning really early. Certain individuals have what is viewed as the pioneering quality. Elon Musk sold his first piece of programming when he was 12 years old. Warren Buffett made his first corporate share at 11 years old. At 12 years old, Imprint Cuban was selling trash sacks house to house. Richard Branson started his most memorable business at 16, and we can go on like this eternity. On the off chance that you don't have a rich dad to provide you with a little credit of $1 million, you'll need to procure your initial million yourself. The sooner you start, the greater the benefit you have on the grounds that you're learning the most significant illustration in business: how to get individuals to give you cash. Consider it like this: it'll take you 2 or 3 years before you recognize a business that gets an opportunity of progress. Then, with difficult work, it'll take, generally, 7 years for the business to develop. In the event that you start when you're 16, when you're 25, cash is at this point not an issue. If you're a young person, your time is currently. If you're more seasoned than that, it simply implies you need to propel yourself harder to make up for the time you squandered. Stage 2. Instruct yourself continually. Books, interviews, narratives, contextual analyses. Investigate others' organizations. Investigate how other effective individuals act, and afterward imitate all that you advanced. Luckily for you, quality data is modest or even free. Take yourself genuinely and put resources into books, book recordings, and anything that develops your range of abilities. The faster you're capable to fabricate abilities in your inward portfolio, the sooner you'll have the option to use them to speed up your development in this period of your life you want to dominate. The basics: turning into a self-student. Step-by-step instructions to self-persuade, self-control. Time usage deals: how to converse with individuals, how to assemble things, how to advertise. Instructions to scale: how to oversee individuals, how to talk and comprehend. Cash: no one can remove what you realize. This is the reason putting resources into yourself pays the best profit. Stage 3. Flop rapidly yet keep moving. You will come up short, and this is a reality. You're too soon in your excursion. You need more information. You don't have the right stuff. You don't comprehend the markets or the shoppers all around. Okay, and you don't yet have individuals to direct you, or on the other hand save you. Versatility is key. The, as it were, method for turning into a tycoon, particularly while you're beginning without any preparation, is to ingest however much data as could be expected. Also, change it into noteworthy insight. Make it a point to come up short and don't give up on the off chance that things don't turn out well for you. Learn. Just conquer each time you're confronted with a test the market is trying. Your capacity to perform disappointment isn't to the objective, however, it is important for the excursion. Stage 4. Penance public activity and work 80 to 100 hours of the week. We let you know we plan to keep this legit. You basically can't do both. Building a strong business will require you to place it way above all the other things. It'll take such a lot of energy, such a lot of drive, that there basically isn't sufficient space for whatever else. This is the cost you have to pay to get away from unremarkableness. Very much like a rocket, you'll need to consume the vast majority of your fuel attempting to escape the gravitational pull. Working 40-hour weeks is survivable pay. It'll keep you took care of and warm, however it doesn't present to you that way of life you're searching for. The time you put in finished, that goes toward your prosperity, connections, family, and once in a while even well-being will experience all the while. And there's as yet a monstrous opportunity you're not going to make it. This is the reason most individuals never do. They're not ready to follow through on this significant expense, and it's justifiable. You can in any case be like every other person and be blissful. It's your call to make by the day's end. This is one of a handful of the things that is 100% under your influence. Stage 5. Construct and become your first effective business. In the initial 10 years you taken in a pack, you concentrated on progress in many structures. You figure out how the market is changing. Definitely you've recognized organizations that are inside your span. Furthermore, took the plan to the market. At first, you put a great deal of work in yourself, then you began bringing individuals in. Cash starts to stream and you begin taking actions. You test unique techniques, various items. Some work, some don't. You gain from them. The years go by like a thrill ride. You're either having the greatest year of your life or you're pondering stopping. Each fruitful business visionary realizes this feeling very much well, yet you push through, and a portion of 10 years after the fact you're doing affirm the compulsion to ruin yourself is more grounded than any time in recent memory. However, stay trained. You reinvest nearly everything into the business and it keeps on developing. You have a decent comprehension of how large this can get. Also, how should be gotten you. There you have effectively developed yourself as a money manager. Stage 6. Influence your freshly discovered accomplishment to meet compelling individuals making progress toward victory. You've met a few group who share the same drive or same inspirations as you. They're going through their own things. Be that as it may, you share a feeling of fellowship. Since everybody goes through more or less similar battles, these are the just individuals who somewhat comprehend you, and they become your network. Some of them will become future colleagues, others will be your tutors, and some will open entryways you've never seen before. The force of this network is huge. They will assist you with exploring life. They have contacts of their own they've made, slip-ups of their own and equivalent to you. They're more than open to impart to the gathering. You could have heard the term engineer before. It's when savvy psyches meet up to help each other address imaginative issues. Just in business, the result is more money related. The organization you work around you will decide how rapidly you travel through these riches levels. Stage 7. Sell your most memorable business, become a multi-millionaire. You began with barely anything. You've put in years' sweat and attacks. The business that is presently very significant. It's time to let it go. It's extraordinarily uncommon for individuals to accomplish tycoon status. From their initial, not many organizations even in the innovation space to handle huge issues. You want cash, and you want individuals to trust you enough to give you that cash. Selling your most memorable business resembles building a previous presentation portfolio. It shows individuals that you would be able take a thought and execute it immaculately until consummation. On the off chance that you did everything right, a 7-figure payout ought to be reachable consistently. 1,700 individuals become tycoons in the US. In the event that geology recently played a conclusive job in your prosperity starting around 2020, you can never again blame that. A PC and a web association is the base hindrance of passage in this race, and taking into account you're consuming this piece of content right presently, you're far beyond it. Here is the arrangement. $1 million is no longer huge load of cash. It's simply a psychological achievement you really want to pass to move into the genuine cash, an area you need to enter this stage as fast and as legitimately as could be expected. As of now, could you at any point at last beginning your rush to 1 billion stage 8? Fabricate another inventive, upsetting business. As you move into this new level of business, you'll find things are very unique, the stakes are higher. Also, you're presently contending with the large young men. They have all the cash in the world, they have the framework, and you're simply a cockroach who's attempting to take a portion of their bread scraps. Yet, since you have your organization, you have your history, you currently approach others' cash. The best way to rival the enormous young men is to be imaginative. You can't challenge them head on, since they can bury you. Can't do it less expensive, and you don't approach similar assets as they put forth a valiant effort. Wager is to use your inventiveness and the most recent innovation that anyone could hope to find. Genuinely talking, lofty business isn't as light-footed or as speedy to take on a new tech. This is your window of opportunity. In addition to their caught in an old approach to doing things since it worked for them for such a long time. Speedy update. Airbnb wasn't concocted by Hilton or Mary. It take care of an issue, however, in another more effective way, utilizing current innovation. There's a video on our channel called 15 Issues to Settle. If you have any desire to be an extremely rich person, you can look at it by clicking in the top right corner. Stage 9. Extend rapidly and forcefully the second you demonstrate your arrangement works. The race starts. It's a race among you and the amount of the market you can secure before huge business gets up to speed. To this end, Elon is so forceful with his electric vehicles. Volkswagen and Passage are breathing down his neck, so he wants to get his position as a major player before they retrofit their creation line. This first mover advantage applies to each industry, and it's typically determined by social and innovation. Change. This model is straightforward. Demonstrate the arrangement works. Extend in new geologies and utilize the cash to think of new arrangements. This is normally where organizations raise a second round of venture at a gigantic valuation that permits them to truly have an effect. And in light of the objectives of the organizer, we are confronted with the following decision. Stage 10. Either get gained or attempt to construct an imposing business model in your specialty. The large young men are keen on what you've assembled, so they're proposing to purchase you out. This is where Facebook pays $1 billion for Instagram or $19 billion for WhatsApp. Again, this applies to each and every industry too. The second you begin causing disturbances, they begin figuring it out. It's your decision if you need to sell, or then again assuming you anticipate beating them at the business game. However, you ought to realize they will come after you with all that they have. Take a gander at Snapchat turning down $3 billion from Facebook on the grounds that they needed to be the following Facebook. If you go with the second course, execution is your main choice. Hooray had the choice to purchase Google 2 times, yet neglected to do so the initial time for $1 million in 1998, the subsequent time for $3 billion out of 2002. But since of their capacity to execute, Google is currently worth just about $1 trillion. So how do you become a syndication in your specialty? 1. You purchase out your rivals. That is the reason each mammoth out there is on a shopping binge right now. From huge tech organizations to design retailers, everyone is purchasing to your subsequent choice to make your contenders repetitive. This is finished either through economies of scale where they can't contend in valuing, meaning you can't deliver something very similar item less expensive than I can, or through mechanical development, like in the event that you're the iPhone to the BlackBerry, or on the other hand, on the off chance that you eliminate their upper hand the same way Facebook's Insta Stories did with Snapchat. Stage 11 center around large thoughts that influence a great deal of individuals to fabricate a multi-billion-dollar business. Your item or administration should influence a many individuals. That is only the realities. The best 5 businesses with the most extremely rich people are as per the following: money and ventures, design and retail, land producing and innovation. Fundamentally, these are the enterprises that make all that you contact use, or where they shape reality. They assemble your urban areas, they finance the organizations constructing the urban communities, making your garments, the things you use, and the computerized administrations expected to carry on with a typical life. 5 billion individuals have a cell phone. They generally paid for their gadgets. They all utilization them to get to the web at the day's end. Making $1 billion is a somewhat straightforward numerical question. How might you extricate $1 from a billion individuals, or how might you take $100 from 10 million individuals, or $10,000 from only 100,000 individuals? See where we're going with this. As everyone gets more extravagant, you'll see costs consistently go up. The best markers are the expenses of homes. Furthermore, cell phone. Stage 12 put resources into research and development. Furthermore, recruit the most incredible ability available anywhere. Remaining significant in a major young men game is staggeringly troublesome in light of the fact that there's continuously another creative organization coming for what you have while you're occupied holding your own versus your direct contenders. The best way to keep yourself in front of every other person is to advance. You've heard the term previously. Yet, what does it truly mean? Development is the capacity to come to an obvious conclusion of reality in a never-before-seen way that adds esteem. You can enhance in numerous ways. Take an idea that works in another industry and adjust it to your own. Advance in plan and experience. Or on the other hand, concoct something the world didn't realize it required. The light didn't come because of study. Further developing the flame. An organization is, as it were, as great as individuals who push it forward, and you really want all the assistance you can get.